So definitely chasing a lean condition can be tricky, but let me see if I can just find out. Wow, hold on real quick. Let me see if I can set it back up. Let's dive in. So we got a 2015 Toyota Aqua with 141,000 kilometers. So on this now we got some codes for system to lean pending current history. Okay, so let's go into engine management system and let's go into read data stream and let's take a look and see what's going on with our lambda current voltage, and let's see if we have any misfire counter as well. I would like to take a look at my long-term fuel trim as well. Let's see if we have a long-term fuel trim and my short-term. Okay, so these are some PIDs I like to pull up when I'm checking out, Toyotas, right? So let's press on, let's start it up, and let's step on the big gas. Okay, so I'm not seeing any misfire counters, which is good. Probably need to put it on maintenance mode. Okay, let's switch the key off, switch it back on. Let's do the sequence. Okay, so we just got it in maintenance mode. Got it running a little rough. I just like to see exactly what's going on with my O2 sensor, well, my lambda sensor. See what's right now we are adding 40% more fuel, well, air. So to counter that, the ECU has to add more fuel. So that means the customer may have been, have a high fuel consumption. So right now it's 39%. That's a lot. Oh, they got some light bulb thing going on. Okay, so what we gotta do next is see if we got a vacuum leak. That's the first thing I would do. And once we don't have any vacuum leak, then we'll see exactly what's going on with the injectors. Probably clean the mass airflow and see that helps. Right, but right now I'm adding 40% more fuel for sure. Well, I mean 40% more air, sorry. And so 39 plus 11, that's 50%. That's a lot. Okay, so let's do the easiest thing and let's see exactly what's going on. Let's unselect this. And I would like to take a look at my O2 sensor and see if my sensor tool could let me know what's going on in the rear. So it's running lean. Yep, definitely is. So if I step on the X, let's see if we could cause it to go rich. It went rich a little bit. I was trying to control by taking away the fuel. And then we will see it go right back to being lean. So right now it's running real lean. Alright, so let's smoke this vehicle and let's see exactly what's going on. Okay, so let's set up our smoke machine. Right, so I'm just gonna come on this side here, and this is a power 12-volt tap from the battery in the back. So I'm just gonna lift this off. Okay, so now we got smoke. So wherever you see the smoke, that means air could pass, right? So let me move this box and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Hold on real quick. Oh man, sorry about that. Let me fix this. Alright, so as I said, wherever you can see the smoke, that's letting you know air is passing, and it could be small, it could be a large leak, but we gotta look for it. So I'm just using my light and just look where, We got vacuum ports where we have some holes where it can have a little kink or a little, a little puncture that could cause any sort of vacuum leak. I'm trying to keep this thing in. Hold on real quick. All right, I believe I got it set up properly right now. All right, the pressure is pushing it back off. So I'm definitely looking for any sort of like vacuum leaks on this vehicle where we can see. Basically, I'm using smoke to indicate where air could pass, right? So I'm not seeing anything right now. That's letting me know that we don't have a vacuum leak. So I may have to do the next easiest thing is just probably clean this mass airflow, right? A mass airflow can cause a leak condition as well, so let's take this off and let's see if we can use some contact cleaner and spray it off and see if it helps, right? But if it doesn't, then I definitely gotta go, and dig a little deeper and see exactly what's going on. So you always keep in mind, you got P0171, we got a system tooling. You gotta ask yourself, why is the vehicle is dumping more fuel, because it probably seeing more air. So we gotta locate where the air is passing, or we gotta look for the sensor that's lying. It could be O2 sensor is lying as well. It could be a dirty injector. But first, let's do the easiest thing. Let's clean the mass airflow with some spray, and so far looking like the mass airflow is clean. But I'm gonna clean it anyway and just, check my PIDs over and see what's going on. And once that doesn't change, I'm gonna go after these injectors. Because injectors, dirty injectors or fuel-related issue can definitely cause a leak condition. Okay, so I cleaned it. I didn't see any changes in my PIDs. So next we're gonna go after the injectors and see exactly what's going on. It could really be some dirty injectors, right? But as you can tell, I definitely did clean the crap out of this mass airflow. So this is not the fault, right? So I'm gonna start the vehicle up. We still have like a rough idle, and also, my fuel trims did improve a little, but not exactly like I expected to be, right? It's still high, so I'm definitely gonna pull these injectors. The customer is right here, so she's seeing exactly what I'm doing to troubleshoot her vehicle, so there's no guessing. But I was just trying to do the easiest thing I could do, which was the smoke, which is the mass airflow cleaning before I go after the injectors, right? So let's take them out and see what's going on. Okay, so we're gonna go back on the scan tool and let's see exactly my long term and my short term. Let's see if it improved or not. No, it didn't. To be honest, it didn't. I'm still pulling at least, let's say 50 to 52 total trim, which is a lot. So it's letting me know I definitely have a leak condition that's going on. So as I said, I'm going to go after the injector and see if that helps. I believe it will help, but as I said, I needed to do the easiest thing first before we attempt anything, because I had to get the permission from the customer, right? The math is reading 1.8, so it was like 2.2 grams per second, and that improved, but it didn't do anything to the fuel trim at all. For Toyota, I believe you gotta drive it to reset the fuel trim. I'm not sure. Matter of fact, no, you can't reset it from the scan tool. Okay, that's these new Toyotas. But the older ones, you gotta drive it. So let's go after these injectors. Okay, so I'm pulling out these injectors. It's fairly easy to get to, 2 bolts holding down and 1 for the line, right? So once I get that off, I can just pop it off right here. But you gotta ensure that the seals, doesn't get damaged when you're putting it back in. So let's see exactly how this injectors look. Yep, these injectors is filthy. So I'm gonna take it off and put it on the ultrasonic machine. I'm also gonna just clean it up, and we're gonna redo our test. But yep, these injectors is horrible. It look like it never cleaned before, and they have 140,000 kilometers on the dash. So yeah, anyway, so I got the injectors back in, right? I'm just doing all my checks, make sure that everything is plugged back in, everything is secure, make sure we don't have no leaks. So let's redo our test and see what's going on. Okay, so this vehicle belongs to this customer mom's, and she gave me the permission just to do the smoke test, but she saw that we needed to diagnose this vehicle and go a little bit more deeper into it. So she told me do what I gotta do to get the vehicle running again, and which I did. So I believe it was a success. The dirty injectors was at fault on this vehicle and causing the vehicle to run lean, right? It could have been anything from a faulty O2 sensor, faulty nav, dirty injector. The injector wasn't contributing. Also fuel pump. I mean, it could have been any one of those. But what we did was just take it step by step, and we address things as we go along, right? And the customer's definitely gonna be happy, because she said that every time she start up, especially early in the morning, she hear like a rattle, and she's not hearing it at all. So that's letting us know also that what we did fix this vehicle. Okay, so you saw my fuel trim got better. I got 0%. Before it was like 39 to 40 on the long term, and the short term was on 12, and now it's down to 0 and 9. So the short term is still going to try to do this little correction, but I believe that we fixed this vehicle. So let's take it on the road and let's see how it performs, right? And here we're going to definitely call it a fix. Okay, so this vehicle is definitely running much better. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video. Hit that bell notification. Leave a comment down in the box. Until next time, y'all take it easy. Peace.